90 Day Fiance stars Brandon and Julia are bracing up for their Europe trip. The latter wants to have her last hurrah of freedom before starting a family with her husband. She wants some time away from her in-laws and some peace before going through her fertility treatment. However, Brandon's parents, Betty and Ron, aren't happy with the plans as usual. They tried to convince him not to make a foolish decision to quit his job for a trip. The reality TV stars were also shocked when Julia shared her plans to sell her apartment in Russia to contribute to the trip. Brandon and Julia don't want to change their decision. They surprised Betty and Ron with the update on their vacation on HEA. How did they react? What happened? 90 Day Fiance star Julia Trubkina was quite emotional when she opened up about her fertility issues on Couples Therapy. Brandon understood his wife's concerns, and he wanted her to have a second opinion in America to find a solution. The reality TV star and his parents kept pushing Julia to visit the doctor on HEA. They were happy when the doctor suggested surgery to fix her fertility problems. However, Julia wasn't ready to have kids. She feared going under the knife and having anesthesia. The reality TV star felt pressured when Betty commented about her biological clock. Later, Julia promised Brandon that she would consider the surgery option, but she wanted to spend some time away from all the drama with him before the procedure. Betty and Ron were not happy when Brandon and Julia shared the plans to travel to Europe. They felt the pair shouldn't risk all their savings just for a vacation. The TLC stars feared their son and daughter-in-law would face more issues if things won't go as planned. Well, Julia doesn't seem ready to let her in-laws ruin her plan this time. She was packing her bags with her husband when Betty and Ron visited them in the recent episode. Brandon said, "We're packing up, 'cause we're going to Europe." Betty and Ron were shocked because they didn't know the plan was confirmed. They wanted to know when the couple will be back and whether they have sold out Julia's apartment. Brandon and Julia shared that they were not sure about the timeline. They are still waiting for the money from the apartment, but the 90 Day Fiance couple booked their tickets. Brandon and Julia were ready to travel in a few days. Betty had a dramatic meltdown when she heard her son planned everything without informing her. Ron was also disappointed to learn that he quit his job for the vacation before even receiving the money from the house. He was scared that he would lose everything because of his decisions. Brandon tried to explain to his parents that plans may sound a little risky. However, Julia lost her calm when her in-laws tried to discourage them from their plans. She felt they needed to give their family some space. Surprisingly, Betty reminded her daughter-in-law that they were all family and she should return to Russia if she thinks they are not.